Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing a deep dive into one of my favorite topics.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about creative imagination.
I love it.
And specifically, we're looking at Napoleon Hill's work.
Absolutely.
Not just trying to define what creative imagination is,
Right.
but how can we actually use it to solve problems,
Yes.
to unlock potential, both for ourselves and, for the world at large.
Absolutely.
And Hill uses some really interesting real-world examples.
I love the way he does that.
Yeah, so we'll be looking at some inventors, entrepreneurs, and even the five and dime king.
Oh, wow. I'm intrigued.
To see this creative imagination in action.
I love it.
So, when I first stared reading Hill, it's like this abstract thing, this almost mystical concept.
Right.
And what I love about Hill is he breaks it down.
He does.
Into something practical that we can use.
Makes it applicable.
So he starts by distinguishing between two types of imagination.
Yeah.
Synthetic and creative.
Oh, interesting.
Now, when I first saw that word synthetic, I thought, like artificial.
Right, yeah.
Fake.
Like not real.
But that's not really what he means.
Well, he's saying it's more about rearranging, like taking pieces of what already is and putting them together in new ways.
It's kind of like, I don't know, a musician.
Oh, yeah.
Who's sampling different tracks.
Sampling. I like that. A DJ.
To make a brand new song.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like that.
That's a great analogy.
So, for example, let's look at Thomas Edison.
Right.
And the light bulb.
Classic example.
So, he didn't discover electricity.
No.
Right.
He didn't discover that.
But he creatively solved the problem.
Yes.
Of how do we keep these filaments from burning out too quickly.
Completely, yeah.
And here's the interesting thing.
Okay.
The inspiration came from something totally different.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Charcoal making.
What?
He saw how covering burning wood with soil would make it smolder for hours.
Right.
And that sparked the solution for the light bulb.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating.
That connection is just incredible.
I mean, that's like a true aha moment.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it really speaks to what Hill emphasizes, which is
what's that?
Having a wide range of knowledge.
Yeah.
You never know what seemingly unrelated bits of information are going to connect to spark a breakthrough.
Yeah.
And that's
I love that.
The power of synthetic imagination.
Yeah.
So we've got this ability to like remix what we know.
Remix. Okay.
But what about those truly out of the blue ideas, the ones that just seem to come from nowhere?
Oh, yeah.
That's where
I've had those.
Creative imagination really comes in, right?
Yeah.
So how would
I define that?
Yeah.
Well, creative imagination is the source of those like flashes of insight, the aha moments that you're not even actively working on the problem.
Right.
And suddenly it appears.
Have you ever had that?
Oh, all the time.
Where you're stuck on something.
Yes.
And then the answer just pops into your head.
While I'm doing something else completely.
Yeah, like when you're...
Yeah, taking a shower. Or
taking a shower.
Walking the dog.
Doing the dishes.
Anything but thinking about the problem.
It's like your brain's working on it.
Right.
In the background. Without you even realizing it.
I think Hill would say that's the subconscious mind.
Oh.
At work. Oh. Constantly processing, making connections.
So he's saying we can tap into...
He even suggests that we can tap into a kind of universal intelligence.
Wow.
Through creative imagination.
Oh.
It's like a source of groundbreaking ideas.
That's okay.
That are beyond our conscious minds.
That's a pretty big concept.
It is a big concept.
To wrap your head around.
Yeah. But I think if you think about,
you
know those moments of inspiration?
Yeah.
Where it feels like the idea comes from somewhere else?
Right.
That's what he's talking about. It's like tapping into something bigger than ourselves.
So how does that play out?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the story of F.W. Woolworth.
Okay.
The five and dime king.
Okay.
So his success wasn't like this calculated scheme.
Right.
It started with him just trying to be a good employee.
Wait, are you telling me this massive Woolworth empire started with like
pretty much
a single table of merchandise?
Yeah, so basically his boss had all these items that weren't selling.
Right.
And Woolworth was just focused on doing his job well.
So he came up with the idea.
Yeah, he had this idea to put them all on a table and sell them for a dime each. So his focus on being a good employee,
I think so,
led him this revolutionary retail concept.
That's what Hill's saying.
Wow.
Like, Woolworth wasn't actively trying to disrupt the industry.
Yeah.
He was diligently doing his job.
Right.
But that dedication allowed him to see an opportunity that everyone else missed.
It makes you wonder, right?
It does.
How often are we so caught up in the day-to-day that we miss the bigger picture?
Yeah.
Are we limiting our own creative potential?
That's a good question.
By just being too focused on the immediate tasks.
On the task right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Definitely.
So according to Hill, this creative imagination is fueled by two key forces.
What are they?
Burning desire and decisive action.
So you gotta want it.
You gotta want it.
And then you gotta do something.
Yeah, and he makes this great analogy.
What's that?
With a radio.
Oh, I like that.
So a strong desire is like tuning your mind to the right frequency to receive those flashes of insight.
Yeah, like you're dialing it in.
But you still got to do something with it.
Right, you got to take action. Yeah. Decisive action is how we amplify that signal.
Okay.
It's not enough to just have the idea.
Right.
You got to act on it.
You got to do something.
Woolworth had to set up that table.
Right.
Edison had to test thousands of filaments before finding the right one.
So it's like those aha moments are just the starting point.
The starting point. Yeah. Exactly.
It's the action that turns them into something real.
Yeah. You got to put in the work.
But is there a danger there?
What do you mean?
In being so driven by desire that you miss potential pitfalls or like get obsessed with an idea that isn't actually viable.
Right. Good point.
So what does he say about that?
Well, he actually addresses that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He stresses the importance of combining creative imagination with sound judgment and a willingness to adapt and learn from mistakes. It's not about blindly chasing every idea.
Yeah.
It's about being receptive to inspiration and then channeling that energy effectively.
It's like having a really powerful engine.
Yeah.
But you need a skilled driver.
Oh, I like that.
Right? To like navigate the road.
Right.
And avoid the crashes.
Avoid the pitfalls. Yeah.
So we've got this powerful engine of creative imagination.
Yes.
It's driven by desire. It's directed by action. And it's tempered by
judgment.
Judgment. Good word. But Hill's vision for this goes way beyond business.
Where does it go?
He saw it as like a key to a fulfilling life overall.
Oh, wow. Okay, I like that.
So how does that work?
Well, he believed creative imagination could be applied to like any problem we face, any goal we want to achieve.
Okay. He even wrote about its role in maintaining sound health, both mentally and physically.
I think we tend to like associate creative imagination with, artistic pursuits or inventing things.
Yeah.
But to apply it to like our well-being, that's intriguing.
It is.
What did he have in mind?
Well, he saw things like conquering fear, managing stress, even finding creative ways to relax and recharge as all being connected to creative imagination. It's not just about generating ideas.
Right.
It's about using our minds to shape a more positive and fulfilling reality.
So it's about more than just thinking positive thoughts.
Right.
It's about using our imagination to create like a mental environment that's actually conducive to health and happiness.
That's a great way to put it. Hill argued that negative emotions like fear and anxiety can be detrimental to our well-being, both mentally and physically. He believed the best way to combat them was through a positive mental attitude cultivated through creative visualization and a strong belief in our own abilities. It's that idea of like what you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
Isn't it? If you're constantly focusing on negative thoughts, you're more likely to attract negative experiences.
Exactly. Hill was a strong believer in the power of the mind to shape our reality. He felt that if we could clearly envision our goals and maintain a positive mental attitude, we would be much more likely to achieve them. But he didn't stop at just mental exercises. He emphasized the connection between mind and body.
So he wasn't advocating for like neglecting physical health in favor of just thinking your way to well-being.
Not at all. He saw the mind and body as interconnected.
Okay.
You can't have a healthy mind without a healthy body, and vice versa.
Did he have specific recommendations?
Like what?
Like, was he a proponent of strict diets and intense workouts?
He was more about finding a balance that works for each individual.
Okay.
He's stressed listening to your body, eating nutritious foods, getting enough sleep, and finding forms of exercise you genuinely enjoy.
I like that approach.
Yeah.
It's not about deprivation or forcing yourself into a rigid regime. It's about making healthy choices that support your overall well-being.
He also placed a lot of emphasis on relaxation and stress management, taking breaks, pursuing hobbies, spending time in nature.
Yeah.
These were all essential for him.
It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and think that taking time to relax is unproductive.
Right.
But it sounds like Hill saw it as a vital part of maintaining a healthy mind and body.
He even saw relaxation as a key part of the creative process itself.
Oh, really?
Giving your mind space to wander, to daydream, to explore new ideas without judgment. That's where those aha moments often come from.
Yeah.
It's about achieving a state of relaxed receptiveness.
That makes a lot of sense. You can't force inspiration.
Right.
Sometimes you need to step back and let it come to you.
It's about creating the right conditions for creative imagination to flourish. So far, we've covered a lot of ground. The two types of imagination, the importance of desire and action, the role of positive thinking, and the interconnectedness of mind and body. But I feel like there's still so much more to explore.
There is. Hill's work is so rich with insights. He touches on autosuggestion, the power of surrounding ourselves with positive influences, and even the concept of tapping into a universal source of knowledge and inspiration.
We could spend hours unpacking all of these ideas.
And I'm already feeling my own creative imagination getting sparked just thinking about them.
That's exactly the point. Hill's work is meant to inspire and empower us. He wants us to view the world through the lens of creative imagination, to believe in our potential, and to take action towards our dreams.
So where do we go from here?
Wow.
How can we start putting all of this wisdom into practice in our own lives?
Hills would say the first step is identifying your burning desire.
Right.
What is it that you truly want to achieve?
Okay.
What goal sets your soul on fire?
It all comes back to that burning desire. It's like the fuel for the whole creative engine.
Yeah.
Once you've got that clear vision.
Right.
You can start using
both
synthetic and creative imagination to map out a plan
to figure out those steps
of action.
And remember, it's not just about thinking big or coming up with some grandiose plan.
Right.
It's about breaking that vision down into smaller, actionable steps that you can actually take consistently.
Yes. That's where that decisive action comes in.
Yes.
It's so easy to get overwhelmed.
It is.
By like the sheer size of the dream.
Got a big goal.
But if you focus on
Absolutely.
those small, achievable steps, it feels so much
more manageable.
Less intimidating.
Less intimidating, yeah.
Exactly. And along the way, remember to cultivate that positive mental attitude we were talking about. Surround yourself with supportive and inspiring people and take care of your physical well-being.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It's like creating this holistic environment that supports your creative journey.
I love that.
So it sounds like Hill's approach to creative imagination.
Yeah.
It's really about...
What is it about?
Personal empowerment.
Yeah.
It's not about waiting for some external force
to strike you with inspiration.
To bestow inspiration upon you.
No.
It's about understanding the power of your own mind.
Of your own mind.
And actively engaging with it.
Absolutely.
That's a really powerful message.
I think so, too.
It's not about luck or circumstance. It's about taking ownership of your own creative journey.
That's the key.
Exactly.
Right there.
And who knows, as we go deeper into this process, maybe we'll even tap into that universal intelligence.
Hill talks about that source of infinite wisdom.
And come up with some truly groundbreaking ideas that can change the world.
I love it.
That's what I find so exciting.
Me too.
About this whole concept of creative imagination.
It's not just about, personal achievement.
Right.
It's about unlocking a power that can potentially benefit everyone.
I think that's a fantastic note to end on.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
For joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
On this deep dive into the fascinating world of Napoleon Hill's creative imagination.
Powerful stuff.
I hope you found it.
I did.
As inspiring and thought-provoking.
Absolutely.
As I have.
Yeah, me too.
Remember the power to create the life you want, to solve those problems big and small, to contribute something truly meaningful to the world.
That's it.
It all starts with harnessing the power of your own creative imagination.
Go out and create something amazing.
See you next time.